Hello and welcome once again to Time and Time Again. My name is Alan, and in today's little video, I'm going to be taking a look at another Christopher Ward. I've done a few over the past couple of years. Haven't done many videos at all lately, but I'm trying to get back into it. And yeah, I did a few weeks ago now, I did the C65 GMT 36mm. That's a lovely little watch. I've actually let that one go already because I needed to fund getting another one in, which was the one that I've got on my wrist today. This is let's get in focus. Yeah, this is the Trident Pro 300. I have the 38mm version due to my particularly small wrist, although this would work on, a number of wrist sizes, but mine is currently, it used to be 6.25 inch, but recently been hitting the gym and probably doing a little bit too much cardio, so I've lost a bit of weight, so now I'm down to 6 inches exactly. I measured it at, but as you can see, that I think that's the right size for my wrist, and this blue is really nice. I've actually had the black one previously, and I did a review on that a while ago. I loved that at the time. Subsequently let it go again just to fund other watches, but I've had my mind on this blue one for a while now, so yeah, I've got this one only last week. I'll be doing a review on this soon as well, but back to today's watch, and like I say, this is the Dune. Same case size as my Trident Pro 300, so it's a 38mm case. Again, a lovely kind of size for my wrist, and obviously larger wrists it'll look good on those as well, all down to taste and preference, I suppose. But 38mm case, but the lug to lug is only 43.6, so that again really helpful for someone like me in keeping it compact. So like this one, the lugs are staying within my wrist span and not hanging over, which I don't like. I don't think it looks, I don't think it's a good look. Each to their own though. Obviously some people wear really big case-sized watches, no matter what wrist size they have. It's just my preference is to have one that I feel is suited to my wrist. And like I say, the lug to lug is probably the biggest factor in what will enable it to look and feel good. And at 43.6, that is really helpful for me. Moving on to the case thickness or thinness, 11.7, so it's nice and slim. And I was just looking on the Christopher Ward website at the dimensions for the other variations of this, because this is the entry level Dune. They also do a bronze one that's COSC certified, that one, and they also do a GMT version, and I assumed that the GMT version would be a little bit thicker than this to house probably a bigger movement, but no, it's exactly the same. If you go for the GMT version, it's exactly the same case thickness, but instead of using the Sellita SW201, which this one uses, the GMT uses the SW, again the Sellita 330-2. So yeah, that's the this has got the SW200-1 in, 38 hour power reserve, frequency of 4 hertz. It's a solid movement that, you know, lots of watches at this price point and below and above use all the time. And it's I don't know how accurate this one's running, because I've had it on and off my wrist, but like I say, my Trident Pro 300 is using the same movement, and that one, I've only had it for a few days, but that one's running at, well, it hasn't lost or gained somehow, so it's spot on. Having said that, just to bring another watch in, another Christopher Ward, I have the Sealander C63 36mm. This again is using the Sellita, but for some reason this is running at plus 24, which is outside the range, because the range is minus 20 to plus 20, but it's usually nowhere near that. It's usually a few seconds either way, but for some reason this is 24, plus 24 a day. Now I think I've put a few posts on the Christopher Ward enthusiasts Facebook group, which is by the way, is a great group. Particularly if you're interested in Christopher Ward, get on there, because there's a great bunch on there, all very friendly, and they talk about all kinds of watches, not just Christopher Ward. In fact, it's a bit of a running joke. You see lots of Tudor, which that's my other one in my collection at the minute. I have the Tudor Black Bay 54. I'm always posting pictures of that on there. And yeah, you see lots of Tudors on there, Omega, and various other ones, and it's just a great group. So yeah, I'd highly recommend joining that group. I forget why I even brought that up now. Oh yeah, someone on there suggested that my Sealander may need demagnetizing, so I'm going to look into getting a demagnetizer and trying that. But the good thing with Christopher Ward is you get a 5-year warranty, so rarely that would come under that warranty. I think, being out of the tolerance, although I don't think I'd send it there because I don't want to be without it for weeks and weeks. So I may just try the demagnetization, and if not, I mean, there's lots of places I can take a Sellita based watch to get, serviced and put right. So again, that's the other advantage of using that movement in these watches. So yeah, back to the Dune. Like I say, this is the white sand version. They also do a black sand, a marine blue, a beach grass, which is a greeny coloured one, if I'm not mistaken. But this, I felt, especially given the name, I think it's named after the tallest sand dune in the world, if I'm not mistaken, and sand coloured one, I think, is most fit into this, and just the look of it as well. It lends itself to this style, fieldy, but kind of dressy if you want it to be. So I was glad. Oh yeah, I didn't mention I did email Christopher Ward and ask if I could get any of their watches for review, and they kindly sent me this. They were going to send me a black one actually, but I was a bit cheeky and said, would you mind sending the sand one, because I think it's the best looking one, and I'm grateful that they did send that for me. So yeah, I think I've covered pretty much everything on the dimensions. A little closer look at the dial. Let's zoom in and see if we can get it to not get in focus. Applied indices, colour matched date wheel. I just think it all looks really well proportioned, even just below the, too close in there, yeah, just below the date window, there's a little bit of a lume pip there as well. I believe the lume's really good on this, but we'll check that out shortly. I've got my little UV torch that I've just bought to do that kind of thing, so I'll give that a go shortly. Yeah, just looking at the hands, it's the usual Christopher Ward style hands, which go through quite a bit of their range. I like those hands, and the Trident counterbalances on there. And of course, this is the latest, the newest version of the logo, which has always been a bit of a contention with Christopher Ward. But I actually listened to, let's just get back out while I'm talking. I'll put the strap on that it came with. Yeah, what I was saying was I actually listened to Mike France, who's the CEO of Christopher Ward, in an interview talking about the logo and the reasoning behind the changes that they made. I mean, if you're familiar with them, they're 20 years old now, Christopher Ward, so they're starting to establish themselves really well in the market, and have a little bit of history gathering behind them now over 20 years. But he was talking about the logo, and it used to say the actual words Christopher Ward on there, and there was a few variations on that, and then he eventually put the twin flag logo on there with the wording. It was something to do with maybe copyright with the Swiss part of the twin flags being, they could possibly be kind of sued over copyright in some way over it, so they had to tread carefully for a number of years, and eventually they put the twin flag logo on with the wording Christopher Ward, and then had to wait something like 5 years. I could be wrong, but it was something like that, to make sure there was no contention over, rights and that kind of thing. And then once they got past that time, they knew they were safe to just go straight with the logo now, the twin flag logo, which I think is fantastic. As far as dial symmetry and the look and feel of it, it's I've got no complaints with that. So got it on this canvas strap. Let's back up a bit and let's get it on my wrist, so you can see what it might look like on your wrist. I'm usually a bracelet guy. I don't wear a lot of watches on anything other than bracelets, although, as you've seen a bit earlier, my Trident Pro 300, that suits that little rubber strap that I've got on there. But I do mainly wear that on the bracelet. I would imagine this Dune looks and feels really good on the bracelet as well, but unfortunately I don't have it to try. But this really suits this strap anyway, and if I was to ever to get one of these, I wouldn't mind it on this strap. I think it really suits it. And as I was saying before about the lug to lug 43 point something not overhanging my skinny wrist, means that this works really well, I think anyway. Just let you have a look at it. I'll just back up a bit so you can get some more perspective on it. And the thing is, with it being with this watch not having obviously it doesn't have a dive bezel like this one. You get a lot more dial on there than you do when you've got one with the bezel. I think I measured this one at something like 29 mil, the actual crystal size and the dial size. And I think I remember rightly, this is something like, I seem to be struggling with focus again, just 1 second. That's better. This is something like 32 point something. So it's quite a large dial, certainly in comparison to my diver. But still, with the case being 38, it doesn't look out of place on my wrist. Yeah, so that's just a little first impressions type of video. I probably won't have it for too long, so I won't be able to do a long-term one, but knowing what I know about my other Christopher Wards and the movement that they use, it's and the price point, which I don't think I've mentioned yet. I think the cheapest you can get this is $695. I think there's a cheaper style bracelet than this. This one on this strap, I think, is $750. And then, of course, you can get it on the bracelet as well. So I think that's 800 and something. I'll just double check on the website. Let me just get it on my laptop just to check the price. Yeah, so it's $750 on this strap. But if I change it to the... this is the camel canvas strap, by the way. That's what they're calling it. They do a vintage oak leather. That's only £10 more, so that would be $760. And on the bracelet, it then moves up to $915. Again, that bracelet's really... In fact, I'll grab my... That's the bracelet off me Trident Pro 300. Really fantastic bracelets they are. This one tapers from 20, I think it's down to something like 16, and they've shortened the clasp on these as the different iterations, different models have come out. Again, quick release. And imagine they're using this on the Dune. I don't know about the tapering bracelet or the clasp, but I don't see why they wouldn't use that. But yeah, really good quality bracelet if you went down that route. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Hopefully you've enjoyed my waffling on. That's basically the style that I do on these videos. I don't script anything, or I don't use a lot of like B-roll or anything like that. It's just me kind of mumbling on about what I think about a particular watch. Hopefully it helps. Well, I know it helps me when I go looking up videos, just seeing it on someone's wrist and seeing a few close-ups and a couple of comparisons, and it gives an idea then of whether I'm going to like it, particularly with Christopher Ward, because you can only buy them online. You can't go into a shop and try it, which is a little bit different. But on the plus side, like I say, you get... Oh, I didn't mention that. You do get, as well as the 5-year warranty, the 60/60 it's called. So it's 5-year warranty and also 60 days to return the watch for any reason whatsoever. So yeah, you can always just grab one, give it a little try, have a look and feel of it, and if it's not for you for whatever reason, you can actually send it back for a refund. But I think it's unlikely people are going to do that because of the quality of these things and the yeah. I like it. I really like it anyway. Whether it's something I'd wear, I don't know at the minute, because I've got my Trident Pro 300. I've also got my Sealander 36, which I wear a lot of the time as well. For if I'm not feeling like wearing a diver, that's my other go-to. my little Explorer style watch, which I really love. And then I've got my my expensive one, I suppose, which is again another diver. I think I've done a video on one of these in the past. I'll probably do another one, but yeah, these are my 3 personal ones at the minute. Love them all for different reasons, but if I was looking for a field watch, then this would certainly tick all the boxes for that. Yeah, so I said I was going before, didn't I? And I've stayed. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with another one. Oh, I've got this one as well. This is Nomadic. I can't think of the name of the watch now. I've got that in for review as well, so I'll be doing one on that. I'm probably comparing that to a Christopher Ward because they're in the kind of same price bracket as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. Last little view of the Dune, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.